of any illicit alcohol, truancy matters as well, those kind of issues.
And we've talked to the school and they're interested in.
Oh, very much so. We have a letter of support from the superintendent. We've also, and the superintendent assured me she has already spoken to the school board, and they are very enthusiastic about it.
Okay, they're enthusiastic to have the officer there.
Yes.
Who's gonna pay the 25% that the federal government isn't gonna pick up? Or
Well, the
state isn't gonna pick
25% is the responsibility of the city.
of the city?
Yes.
But this officer is gonna be a liaison for the school.
Yes.
So why is the school not picking up that 25%?
They are willing to do that, but we have to be sure that we're not violating the application process here. That we don't want to be in conflict with, let's say, they come back and say, hey, it's a 75-25 for the government entity applying for the application, okay, making the actual application. And we don't want to invalidate that by saying, guess what? We're going to have the school pay part of that too. They may not allow that. But if they're, but I think what the school would be willing to come back to do, okay, if we're not gonna pay for that, we would pay for another street officer, part of their salary and benefits as well. So even though the school may say, I mean, we can set it up so that the school will participate, and they have advised they will participate financially.
And then after 3 years, we pay 100% for this, the 4th year?
That is correct. Then after the 4th year, it's up to the government entity to determine whether or not they want to maintain that position or not. That's entirely up to the government entity at that point in time. But the position must be maintained for 4 years.
When we get to that 100%, is it our goal to negotiate with the school district if that officer stays as a liaison, that they would pick up more of that 100%?
Yes, and depending upon the success as well. I mean, if the school resource officer is being successful in the school, and we are showing the school as well as our department is showing gains in that area, you know, we should be able to provide statistical information to show, yeah, we can show you exactly what's going on and how this is improving the school, as well as our department as well. If we can't, then we won't be able to justify it.
At the end of 4 years, Randy, we're not obligated to keep this officer.
That is correct. At the end of 4 years, at the end of that 4th year, once you enter into the 5th year, it's entirely up to the government entity at that point in time. That's correct.
And this 75-25 is salary only, it doesn't include any benefits?
It includes benefits.
Does
It
include
includes
benefits.
salary and benefits.
Okay.
Yes.
Is there any way we can check with other cities that do this? The police departments have an officer at the school and find out exactly how they do it, break it down in cost, and find out what the pros and cons are. So if we go into this, we know exactly what to expect.
Sure, I can contact some other agencies, certainly. Yeah.
Okay.
When is it your grant? Do you need to have this grant applied for?
It
Do you
must,
have a deadline?
the application must be submitted no later than June 4th.
June 4th.
Does this approving this consent agenda item automatically mean if we get the grant that we're hiring somebody?
No, if we go through the application process and the federal government, the granting agency comes back and says, COPS Fast Grant comes back and says, you have been approved. That is it. Whether or not we accept that approval is entirely up to you. Whether or not you actually accept whether to go forward from then is entirely up to you.
And
And
we
when will
wouldn't
it
find
be
out-
know?
I'm assuming
When do
since,
they-
you know, a budget year, federal government's typically around October 1st, I would expect we should be hearing something in, you know, late July, September, somewhere in that area. Whether or not we were approved or not.
I'd make the motion, we accept this.
Thank you, Randy.
Thank
I
you.
second that.
Okay, I have a motion by Hill, a second by Davis on item 5. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Approval of the bills. There's a change in the amount. There was a check, and you go to that page where you see the total there. You're gonna see a $15 difference. Should read 185,754.62.
I did have one question. Under street cleaning, there was like, I can't find it now, but, like a $700 or $800 bill for repair. it's not a big issue, I just kinda wondered.
I can check tomorrow.
Okay, sounds good, that's all I had.
What was the amount, correction? For what?
$15
Yeah.
increase
Increase.
other than what was provided in your packet. We received a notice and the check was returned to us. There was a check made payable to the Department of Revenue for $15, and they sent the check back and said that that was the incorrect amount. And so we voided that and reissued the check for $15.
I found it.
Some
Trans
Iowa.
Iowa Equipment.
So where's it at in the expenses? You're talking about the bottom line?
We'll have to look that up
Okay,
offhand.
all right.
Okay.
And it should be under the street department. Department of Revenue. This is under the street department. You see $15, well, you weren't provided a new expense approval, so you're not gonna see it on your expense approval list.
Any other questions on that?
I make a motion, we approve the bills.
Second.
I have a motion by Switzer, a second by Holland, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Let's go to petitions from the public. Item one, discussed with Steve a while ago, we're gonna go to item two. We need further discussion on this before we bring it to you. So we're just gonna go to item two, and we'll get back to you on that one after we get more information. Item two, motion to approve Indy Cruise Meisters request for the use of city's Riverwalk liquor license and the use of Riverwalk Park for their annual Make-A-Wish Foundation fundraiser event to be held May 31st and June 1st, 2013, from 6 o'clock to 9 o'clock, and from 9 a.m. to 6 o'clock p.m. respectively. Hosky's here, and so you're not around that June 5, June 6, so we should be good.
What?
That June 5, June 6 dates, you always had that flood or something going on, didn't you?
Oh, yeah, that's staying away. Staying away.
I don't think I ever had a flyer the same color shirt the guy.
Hey,
My wife left me.
I suppose you don't have one of these on your back of your shirt.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, he does.
Jerry, why don't you just give me a handful?
You know, I was thinking that myself, Dennis.
It's scary, we're on the same track.
It is, isn't it? Should be good there. Jerry Hoskins, 614 First Street East, Independence. Reference our Riverwalk Cruise, doing our 8th annual. Last year we started doing Show Off Friday, where people just come down to the park and hang out. And this year we got a band actually from 7 to 9. It's not on the flyers, but that went over very well, and so we're doing that again this year. And then on Saturday, June 1st, we'll do our cruise, and we're going to be having an auction. We got food and excuse me, food vendors coming in. Be selling T-shirts, raffle tickets, 50/50 tickets, Amish buggy rides, tattoo contest, tire toss. We've got Rainbow Ink. They're the only licensed mobile tattoo service in the state of Iowa. They'll be there Friday and Saturday giving tattoos. So if any of you need a tat, yeah. I can see it already, John.
I haven't had one yet, I just signed it.
And then on the back here, I got attached a map of the park area down there. And with the